Hello, hi, and welcome. Today we're gonna analyze and make a summary and talk about this beauty right here. Not the pearl anymore because I already discussed that. It's The Red Pony by John Steinbeck, the same author. I love him so much, but I hate how dirty he does to his characters. Like let them live for a month. No, he just gonna kill them all or make them miserable. The Red Pony by John Steinbeck is a classic novella consisting of 4 interconnected stories, as we see here. These 4 stories. These stories are set in a ranch in California during the early 20th century. The book explores themes of human nature, the cycle of life and death, and the loss of innocence. Hence, little Jodie being now transitioning from being a child to an adult. The first story, The Gift, introduces the main character Jodie Tifflin, a young boy growing up in a ranch. Jodie's father, who gifts him a red pony, and his name is called Tifflin. Logic. And Jodie from the deep bottom of the pony and dreams of training it, but spoiler alert, didn't go well. The second story is The Great Mountains. Jodie witnesses the harsh reality of life and death, and when his beloved pony falls ill. Despite his effort to help with the help of Billy Buck, which is an employee, he works with the ranch. Long story short, the ranch hand. The pony tragically dies. Jodie learns a lesson that life can be unpredictable and fragile, it is what it is. The third story, The Promise, revolves around Jodie's desire for a sense of purpose. Jodie's father gives him a task protecting the pregnant mare, hoping it would teach him about responsibility and the cycle of life. Jodie faces a dilemma when he discovers the mare struggling during childbirth. You can, with me, think where is this going. He seeks Billy Buck assistance, but the complications lead to the death of both the mare and her colt. This event further exposes Jodie to the harsh realities of life and pain and loss. And the way he did it was also brutal. When I was reading it, I was like, gosh, please. Why, Steinbeck? You get what I mean, I'm speechless. You get what I mean. The final story. The leader of the people, Jodie's grandfather, who fought in the frontier days, visits the ranch. The grandfather reminisces about his experience with the longing for the past, painting a picture of a vanishing way of life. Jodie realizes that life is a continual cycle of birth, death, and change, and he begins to understand the complexities of the adult world. The Red Pony portrays Jodie's coming of age journey as he sees the joys and sorrows of life in the ranch. Steinbeck expertly weaves together these stories using vivid descriptions and vivid imagery and powerful imagery to evoke emotional depth and characterize their struggle. Though Jodie's experience, the novella explores themes of loss, growth, harsh reality of the natural world. So yeah, that's my script, and now my personal thoughts. My thoughts are Steinbeck. Why traumatize a child? Like, I know. Everyone has their own fair shit, like, in their life, you know. They end up in a silver platter. Like, life gives us to it. Like, yes, you're welcome. No need to give your sayings. But, like, Jody! You get what I mean? Like, when I was reading it, I was like, half sleep, half dissociating, and a small bit of being concerned, because I read 3 books of novellas of John Steinbeck, and I have a solid picture of him now. So he flexes his, you know, literally style and everything. It wasn't as, you know, colorful as the Pearl novella. But I loved it either way, especially at the end. Like, the ending was very... I have no words for it. I feel like I disgrace it by using my own words to describe the ending. So it's better that you read it and, like, you know, comment below something of what you thought of it. Now you're thinking, why did John Steinbeck, like, kill the pony? Like, what cause? For me personally, I think it's because it's, you know, due to Judy's attachment to the pony. John Steinbeck wanted to have a catalyst for his emotional growth. So that's why he the pony, and Jody's now capable adult somehow. You get what I mean, you know. There is also always a reason to why the writer does such things to his characters. It's not that he's evil or something. It's not like that. Or maybe because I've read enough books, novellas from him, that you get what I mean. So yeah, and it is a symbolism. The pony's death carries symbolic weight in the novella. The pony represents innocence, vitality, dreams. Its demise serves as a metaphor to the harsh realities can undermine useful optimism and aspirations. And it is a lesson of responsibility. It's not that Jody did a bad job, an awful job on you know, protecting and, you know, being there for the pony, but it's just like John Steinbeck's way of, like, you see, if you neglect this, yeah, you're gonna get fucked. This is gonna be gone because you neglected it. You know, you reap what you sow. You get what I mean? Now you're gonna ask me, Alice, is there any significant quotes in this novella that must be shared? And my answer is yes, there is. A must, you know. I wouldn't, if I don't have any quotes from any book I've read, I haven't read that, you know. Get what I mean? So yeah, let's get started. My first quote, which is, you know, very not fun but funny. You gonna get it when I read it. He began to feel resentment. It wasn't fair. Things happened to him. Nothing happens to his father or Billy Buck or his mother. Things happened to him, and he had to hurt for them. End quote. Jody's resentment is highlighted in this quote, reflecting his struggle to the unfairness of the world he lives in. But one thing that, you know, Jody doesn't realize, that he's a child, he's a kid, he never seen anything, he didn't see anything yet. So it's like it's a part of his childness. I relate to that quote a lot, because, you know, when I was as young as him, I was like, oh gosh, people have it so fun out here. I'm here struggling. No, everyone has their fair share of shit, but they hide it. I have this choice to either show it or hide it. And people, how it seems as to be that they just chose to out of the frame, happy, glad, out of sight, out of mind kind of mentality. Another quote is, sometimes a kind of glory lights up the mind of a man. It happens to nearly everyone. This is Jodie's grandfather shares this quote, emphasizing a moment of revelation and understanding that can occur in one's life. It highlights the potential of personal growth and insight. I had many light bulb insert moment in my life. Like, I'm only 18 and I've had that like multiple times, and I know that's gonna be more in the future, which is, valid. I relate. So yeah, and now we got to the ending of the novella. Now for the ending. The ending, in my personal experience, in my personal humble opinion, it was very thought-provoking. I loved it. Like, the whistling was as big as God. The words, I was like, oh my God. You get what I mean? And the end, like, Jody made a lemonade for his grandfather, so it was adorable. I loved it. It's the ending of The Red Pony is thought-provoking, leaving readers with a sense of reflection and contemplation. It effectively sums up the themes of the character development present throughout the novella. Jody is not a little child anymore. He somehow understood his grandfather's message by repeating the same old story again and again, like 20 times. He saw the joy that brought his grandfather, not that it's like, oh, and it's annoying, like, oh, what's the meaning of it? There is a meaning, but, not everyone understands it, like, sadly. Jody realizes that his grandfather's nostalgia for the vanishing frontier represents a long new way of life that is disappearing. 20th century, now everyone, like, there's nothing to conquer anymore, so it's not that adventurous. Life is not that adventurous anymore, but, it is what it is. The ending of the story, the whole sums up Jody's understanding to the complexities of life, and that everything has an end. Change is inevitable, and change is a must to be able to grow. So this was the mare and the pony. Like, it was a punch to the face for Jody, and it underscores the themes of loss and passage from innocence to experience. Jody had faced the death of his, these two, and which have shattered his youthful idealism. That, one day I'm gonna train them very hard, and I'll be the best trainer in town. Not so close, not so quick. You get what I mean? Through these losses, he gained a deeper understanding to the harsh realities of life, mortality, and the need to adapt and accept change. More like radical acceptance, in a way. Like, I've read some psychology. I read a book about psychology, and yeah. Well, the only thing I saw was radical acceptance from this child, which is good because he can change external factors of his world. Moreover, the ending leaves the reader with a sense of reflection on broader themes addressed in the novella, which is, coming of age, loss, gain. There isn't any gain from this, oh god. Forgive me for my stupidity. And, the ending provides some sense of closure. Even though it was only a lemonade, it wasn't enough closure for me. And leaves the readers with a sense of introspection regarding the complexities of life and inevitability of change. Guys, I'm so sorry for not even pronouncing the words right. English is not my first language. But yeah, I'm done. Thank God. Now you have been wondering, there's 2 books left. I know. I've tried reading them. They're classics, so of course I should be like, all over them, but so I have 2 backup plans. Either 1984 by John Orwell. Orwell. I don't know his first name. And Metamorphosis by Franz Kafka, my homeboy. I love him. So yeah, this upcoming, I don't know, weeks, gonna have either Metamorphosis, 1984 or Metamorphosis, analyzing them and everything, So stay tuned to almost 10 subscribers so far. Let's go!